what is the future of NCP? Where does NCP go from here? After the tragic accident of Ajit Pawar yesterday, the plane crash and his death, things are very different now. What is different is the merging part is still not different, but the timing and the choice now is no longer with Sharad Pawar. NCP, the wider NCP will not accept them. The rank and file of NCP will not accept them. So even if they are made leaders, it will be temporary. It will not be permanent. For his daughter, it would be easier to now be in power, establish herself, establish her credentials, get mass support, and then possibly talk about building Mahavikas Aghadi or building NCP or joining Congress or building Congress and so on and so forth. Joining the Mahayuti, especially teaming up with the Bharatiya Janata Party, would be possibly the beginning of the end of NCP. Namaskar. Welcome to another episode of Editorial. What is the future of NCP? Where does NCP go from here? These are questions that a lot of people today are asking, and there are a lot of conjunctures. Let's talk about NCP. Let's talk about where the NCP is going, in our opinion, and what is the future of NCP. For starters, let us understand NCP very clearly, and let's redefine the position that NCP is in currently. You see, NCP claimed to have split. We told you then, we tell you now, that NCP's rift, NCP's split is not real. NCP's split is very surface. Deep within, they're all one. Deep within, the Pawar family is one. Deep within, even the workers are not fractured. The NCP, SP workers, and they all at times come together, they help each other. We've seen that in the Lok Sabha elections, and we have seen that in the assembly elections too. So when need arises, the NCP teams comes together. And always, the family, the Pawar family, has always been one. So end of the day, NCP split is very on the surface. That's point number one. Point number two. Sharad Pawar had a very clear plan. Sharad Pawar's plan was to go ahead, have two NCPs, one with the government in the treasury bench and one sitting in the opposition. I am sure he decided that at some point in time, in the near future, he will decide whether the NCP should merge, and if they would merge, he would see the situation at that point in time and then decide whether NCP should therefore merge, that is SP, NCP SP should merge with NCP and join the Mahayuti in Maharashtra and the NDA government in Delhi, or should the NCP merge with NCP SP and join the India bloc in Delhi and Mahavikas Aghadi in Maharashtra. Sharad Pawar thought that he will decide then, when he decides to merge. You see, the merge was imminent. It was 100% going to happen. But when and how would be a choice that Sharad Pawar would make as per his convenience at that point in time. So the merge, like I said, the timing of the merge would be chosen by Sharad Pawar. That is how it was supposed to be. Now things changed. Things changed is because after the tragic accident of Ajit Pawar yesterday, the plane crash and his death, things are very different now. What is different is the merging part is still not different, but the timing and the choice now is no longer with Sharad Pawar. The circumstances has already created that, has put rather Sharad Pawar in a position where now he has to take a choice. He has to make a choice. He has to make a decision. Whether he would merge with NCP or whether, and after merging, would he join the BJP or would he join the India bloc or the Congress? He has to make that choice. When I say join, I mean align with BJP or align with Congress. The reason he has to make that choice is because we need to understand the fabric of NCP. You see, NCP is more about opportunity than about ideology. Their leaders are more with them because of the opportunity that NCP provides. Which means that NCP as a party will not survive much without in power. They have to be in power. If they are not in power, they will not survive. And therefore, it is imperative that NCP comes to power, or NCP is in power, or NCP is associated with power. Now, as of today, if Sharad Pawar decides to do nothing and let NCP be the way it is, and then he continues with NCP SP, NCP will be done and dusted with. Most of the people like Tatkare and people like Praful Patel and all may decide to merge with Bharatiya Janata Party, may decide to join Bharatiya Janata Party. Why? Because NCP currently doesn't have leadership. Absolutely no leadership. Absolutely no leadership. Because NCP's leaders, like I said, Sunil Tatkare or Praful Patel or even Chhagan Bhujbal or whoever you think of, these are not really leaders. NCP, the wider NCP will not accept them. The rank and file of NCP will not accept them. So even if they are made leaders, it will be temporary. It will not be permanent. So somewhere down the line, NCP does require a leader. Now, the answer then would be to easily put Supriya Sule. But there's another problem. When I said NCP doesn't have leadership, I didn't mean really NCP Ajit Pawar. I meant NCP per se. NCP doesn't have leadership. See, Supriya Sule, let's understand, is a fantastic parliamentarian. There is no doubt about it. She's got her credibility and all in place. That there is no problem in that too. She got a fantastic rapport like her father with both friends and foes. She has maintained rapport with everybody. So all that is good about her. But unfortunately, unlike her father, she does not command that ground presence, that mass popularity, which her brother did, which Ajit Pawar did. So till now, even with all the factions and all that we spoke about, even now, in NCP and in Sharad Pawar's mind, his NCP was intact. End of the day, at some point when the merger happens, it was very clear his nephew, that is late Ajit Pawar, would handle Maharashtra and his daughter would be in Delhi. This would be a perfect combination. Delhi, where a lot of lobbying and a lot of intellectual administration takes place, and Maharashtra, where you have on-ground administration, on-ground popularity, and on-ground vote base. So that would be handled by Ajit Pawar. This is how he bifurcated. He too, I'm sure, knew that his daughter was not the most popular political figures in Maharashtra. So this is how it is. Now that, like I told you, that plan changed. And now, like I told you, he has to choose. And if he has to place Supriya Sule on top of NCP, and while he is still active in politics, the chances are NCP may stabilize again. So, end of the day, the merger, like I told you, is imminent. And placing Supriya Sule, this possibly would be the time, right time, I wouldn't say, because like I said, Sharad Pawar would be hoping to choose his time, but now this is the time where he has to ensure that Supriya Sule is placed as the head of NCP while he is semi-active in politics. That's where Supriya Sule stands. Now the $1,000,000 question. Where does NCP go? You see, like I told you, NCP, let's understand, is a party that cannot stay out of power. So if Sharad Pawar chooses to pull out from the Maha-Yuti government, that is the Bharatiya Janata Party and currently Eknath Shinde Sena government, a lot of NCP guys may leave Sharad Pawar. They are happy with power. They are ministers. They are in power now. Why should they want to leave? Ideology and all, like I told you, is not a very important factor when it comes to NCP. So, to ensure that the flock is together, it would be imperative that Sharad Pawar joins with the NCP and stays in the treasury bench as NCP is currently. Number one. Number two is Supriya Sule's best interest today would be to head the NCP when Pawar is active, like I told you. Head NCP so that she has a party to run. She has a foundation. And then hope that in the next 5 years, 10 years, she can build the kind of mass support that her brother built. So, to buy that time, it is imperative that Sharad Pawar merges with NCP and remains in power. This was actually my editorial today. I had written this piece in the morning and a lot of people commented on this particular piece. And a lot of people asked me, why not the Congress? Why not the Mahavikas Aghadi? See, the reason not Mahavikas Aghadi is because Mahavikas Aghadi has to now resurrect. Mahavikas Aghadi has to do reconstruction in Maharashtra. They have to resurrect in Maharashtra. And resurrection needs a very powerful on-ground leader. Had Sharad Pawar been active, Sharad Pawar would have chosen a Mahavikas Aghadi. But Sharad Pawar is not so active. His health doesn't permit him. So because he is not so active on ground, it is for his daughter, it would be easier to now be in power, establish herself, establish her credentials, get mass support, and then possibly talk about building Mahavikas Aghadi or building NCP or joining Congress or building Congress and so on and so forth. So that is stage 2 for Supriya Sule. Stage 1 is she is not currently under in a situation where she can kind of resurrect a party or build a party or mobilize a party or mobilize a group. She is not in that situation. She doesn't have that kind of ground popularity. So any way you look at it, for Sharad Pawar, the ideal thing would be currently to join up with NCP, merge together, put Supriya Sule as on the top of the party as their head, and then work with Mahayuti in Maharashtra, NDA in the center, and then try and establish Supriya Sule as an on-ground party like her brother Ajit Pawar was. And once that happens, maybe in the next 4 or 5 years, things may be different. The final point that I wanted to make is, you see, while all this is good, all this sounds logical, strategically wise and all that, but somewhere down the line, joining the Mahayuti, especially teaming up with the Bharatiya Janata Party, would be possibly the beginning of the end of NCP. Beginning of the end because NCP will lose its identity. Because Bharatiya Janata Party now has far more effective, popular and aggressive leaders than what NCP has. Like I said, had Pawar been active, it would have been a different story altogether. Now Pawar is not active. So Bharatiya Janata Party currently has far more aggressive leaders. So probably now aligning with Bharatiya Janata Party will make NCP another Lok Janashakti Party in Bihar, like one of those parties which are stooges to Bharatiya Janata Party. They may have their own name and style and possibly constitution also in their party constitution, but end of the day it is nothing but another Bharatiya Janata Party. In fact, not even the real Bharatiya Janata Party is the B team of Bharatiya Janata Party. NCP may end up that way. Because Supriya Sule currently she doesn't have that strength or that gravitas to ensure that, she establishes herself as a power center within the BJP bracket. Ajit Pawar had that. That's the point I wanted to make today. Till I see you next time. That's tomorrow at 10 p.m. Do comment in the comment box below whether you agree to me, whether you don't agree to me. Also do comment if you have a point of view, and even if it is different to mine, please write down. I would love to read your point of view. Till I see you next time. That's tomorrow at 10. Namaskar.